quick update on Wednesday's vlog. Like I've showed you this just before. Just to let you all know, the Accord has sold. Nice guy, just turned up, looked at it, 2-minute drive. There's a deposit, mate. Would you drop it off for us? No problem, because you haven't messed us about, so that's getting dropped off tomorrow night. He's paid for it. I'm just going to take it over, put it on his drive, and my dad's going to pick us up, because I'm going out tonight for a couple of pints with a few people I haven't seen for a long time, so that'll be quite enjoyable. So, anyways, what's coming? There's all sorts coming, so bear with us. Right, so, the van. Sorry, I can't do much filming of working today, guys. You've got to remember, keep reminding you, the garage pays me wage. YouTube's just a hobby. So, transit's in, waiting for parts because they're not coming till this afternoon. Bottom arm. Well, first up, the track rod end, that's off. Just wait, I'm not going to touch it until the new one's here. But as you can see, that's off nicely. It's all free on the tie rod. Happy days. We've got this back one, slack. I've got the bottom ball joint. We've got to get that split, but it's come off. But this one's been a bit of a pig because it's a captive nut and it's in there. And I've been spraying it with some oil, but I think we're going to have to get the heat on. And as you can see, that bush is gone. Personally, there's not that much movement on there. I wouldn't have. This van's failed an MOT from somebody else. That's not. I would borderline advise that because it hasn't actually collapsed. The bush hasn't actually fully come out, and it's not moving on the shaft. But I can't have them failing it and us passing it. So it's going to have to get a new arm. It's not worth messing with the bush because the whole arm, as you can see, is disintegrating anyways. So we get a nice new Delphi arm put on there. Track rod end, Delphi one coming. Like I've said, everything's come off. I've greased up all these brake lines because they were starting to rust, and it was advised on the MOT, which is somewhere, which I don't know where it's been put. There's this CV boot up here, which had failed on. So we're going to retie that up. That'll be getting done. Also, I stupidly didn't get a photograph of it. The back tyre was... Basically, it was a bit like this one, but a lot worse. And it had a massive cut in it all the way across. And there was actually cord sticking out of it. So why it didn't fail on that, or even advised, is beyond me. So that's the way. This bit of a bodge job, that was a bit of broken plastic. And there was quite a few sharp edges and stuff on it. Bit of gaffer tape, that's perfectly fine for an MOT. It's mainly just for if you hit somebody or somebody's walking past so that they don't cut their leg open or anything like that. So that's all nice and fine now. That's fine for the MOT, which again, really should have been a fail on the MOT because of how sharp the edges were. And obviously this is off because we're getting a new tyre on. So I just thought I'd quickly run through that. I'll do a quick video at the end of the day when the new arm's on and when the track rod end's done. This has just been dropped on what was a breakdown. There's something going on with the handbrake cables on it. Not 100% sure what, but my dad's been on in there doing something while I've been on with the Volvo and that. So the centre console's up and we're looking at the cables. Obviously it'll go on the lift when we get 2 minutes. Quickly go across to the Volvo and then I'll get to this one. The Volvo, as you know, MOT, showed you it. Really all it needed for the MOT was a couple of bulbs, as usual, and 2 new back tyres. And these Coleman tyres are actually really good. So that's this ready to go. I have actually found that my system, since I've updated it, does the programming to remove the running lights on these. So if anybody has got a Volvo in the northeast area and you want us to up your heated seats to the highest setting, remove the lights on all the time so you can control them manually, let us know, drop us a message and I can sort that for you now. This Skoda, this is an 18 plate, probably with the 2-litre diesel in, and it's having overheating problems. All I'm doing with this, I've put the scanner on because there's 2 secondary pumps. There's basically a main water pump, which all engines have, and 2 secondary electronic pumps which go wrong, but they normally throw a code. So I've had the scanner on and no codes come up. So more than likely, it's either a thermostat issue or the main water pump starting to go, because they have a little shroud on them which reduces and increases water flow electronically. So I don't know. I must say with this car, it's a little bit on the new side. I don't want to go in with the old part cannon kind of thing and charge the guy. So what I might just do with this one is just send him to a specialist. I'm certainly not getting involved stripping stuff down and all that. To be honest, it's one of them jobs where it ain't worth the money. It ain't worth the money. I put the scanner on it for him. I'm not even going to charge him. I'm just going to send him. He's a nice bloke. I'll do all the regular maintenance on it. But on an 18 plate car, if the temperatures keep shooting up like that, not getting involved. And what we did do once was a thermostat on one of these engines, or some kind of water pipe, I can't remember what it was, on an A3, and it was a flipping nightmare. My dad even vowed, and he never often says this, never doing one of them again. So, to be honest, just going to send it out the door, to be honest. Sorry guys if that sounds like I'm not helpful towards people, but there's just some jobs we've got time to do and others we haven't, and I ain't got time to be doing that because I've got that much in, and I'm off next week as well. And I have, just quickly to put this in here, I went to Berwick months ago, might have been May I think it was, or end of April. I did a full holiday video. I've got it uploaded and everything ready to go, and I forgot to put it on. So just to give, there'll not be a weekly vlog next week, but what I will do is a holiday vlog. I haven't done one in a while, so I just thought I would add that in there. So I'll catch you later on once the van's underway and work gets underway. So catch you soon guys. Right, bit more on with Wednesday. Absolutely manic. Yeah, I've had an espas just nearly dumped on me, which we've luckily managed to get rid of because we haven't got space for it and it's too dodgy being left outside. So, what am I on to? Going to deactivate the running lights on this Volvo and see if you switch it on, like all Volvos, which it actually is on. So all the headlights are burning away, as you can see. They're LED ones, but you'll be able to get what I mean. So even when the switch is set to off, which it is, on off, all your lights are burning. I think we counted them, 14 of them. Number plate lights, marker lights, number plate lights, the whole kit and caboodle is all running. So what we're going to do now is deactivate them. So I've got my Solus plugged in. Solus, where the hell did that come from? Me Maxcom. So all we need to do is we go into the settings where you can change everything from the heated seat temperatures to everything else that you need. And what we're going to go on to now is your daytime running lights. Sorry I got stopped there. So obviously I've showed you the lights are on in the car. You go through daytime running lamps. And obviously now it's on flex, what they call null. You go on to programming, type in flex standard, and it'll beep where it clicks. Operation finished. Now, as you can see, the light switch is set to off, and now all the lights are off. So now when the light switch is set to off, it's off. See? No lights. I'll just show you there. Switch them to on. One click. Now they're on, as you can see. So now you can just use them as a normal car. There you go. They're on. So I just want to quickly show you that. That's how you deactivate the running lights. And people might go, oh, that's dangerous. I had one guy on the Volvo site got a bit nasty. I was like, well, that's your choice. If you want to have your lights on all the time, you can just manually switch them on all the time. But the only thing is you're running 14 bulbs, draining your battery, straining the alternator, for nothing. You don't need them on. So now, like you say, it's back to the old school. If you want them off, they're off. If you want your side lights on, they're on. If you want your headlights on, they're on. If you want them off, off. Finished. Easy as that. So I can't really see a problem with turning them off because 90% of the cars on the road don't have them. And if you're that adamant you want your lights on all the time, there's a switch there and you can be in control of it yourself. So there we go. We'll leave that here. Currently on with the Transit. Once we've got that built up, I'll get back to you. Final update of Wednesday, the S80's away for MOT, that's done. Like you've seen, tyres, I've done all the adaptions on it, turned the daylight running lights off, they're all done. Just the Transit, thought I'd just quickly show you. This is ready for test this evening as well. So, as you can see, new arm. I'll show you the old ones down there. New arm on, but I've done my usual. Obviously, everything's been greased and wax oiled. So when the next person comes along, whether it's us or somebody else, everything's been coated. And we've got the new track rod end on. Again, greased. Everything nicely greased up there, because obviously the tracking will need to be set. So there's a nice new arm. Got the tie on the boot up there. CV boot, the best things to use for these, honestly, are those Jubilee clips. They're great. So that's the gator sorted. And the new tyre, that's all been done thanks to Stakefold Tyres running about for the day. So that's a hell of a lot better than the one that was on. I wish I could have showed you how bad it was, but I couldn't. That's done. And I've obviously showed you, I've been around, greased all these brake lines just to keep them right, because they were starting to show signs of corrosion all the way along there to right up here. I've even done under the bonnet and along. So there we go. What I have done, I've advised them about this oil filter. I'm not sure if I've showed you before. I've just put a bit of grease on it for now, but he's going to have to get it in and get it serviced, mainly because that filter looks like it's going to rust through. Well, start leaking. So I've topped the oil up. Oil was low, 1.5 litres. I've done all the relevant checks and it's ready to go. So that's happy days. So I'm leaving that one here for today. I'm pleased to have gotten these 2 jobs out the way with. And it leaves a relatively relaxed day tomorrow, which I'm hoping, if not too much rubbish comes in, I want to fit those back subframe bushes to the ZX ready for going to the show on Saturday. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow on Thursday's vlog. Hello guys and welcome to Thursday's vlog. Bit of a different one today. The main work was in this morning, was an Astra, one you seen a couple of weeks ago, the old 04 plate SRI diesel one, just in for a service. Oil and filter, air filter, fuel filter, those 2 litre DTI engines like what's in my silver one you see at the garage all the time. Cracking engines, them things are really good old engines. Nothing much to show on that. I just want to go through what I've done. I'll show you in a minute, but I want to quickly run through a couple of developments. Number one of my pals has let us use his front lawn / driveway to park my Jeep on for a month. So I'm slipping him a few quid. That's great because that frees up a bit space on my drive now, so that obviously I've got the ZX, the ML, and then the new car, which I need to reveal. But I want to start running the new car obviously from the 1st of September, because I'm away next week. So when I get back, I'll be picking the new car up, doing the reveal video, and I'll be taxing it on the 1st of September, because at the minute that's on the drive. And what I want to do is just give it a run, give it a try for a month of this September, see if I'm happy with it, to go ahead to go down to this safari park, which I'm planning on doing in October. So I was thinking, what's the point in having the Jeep on the road? It's 30 quid a month tax. So what I've done is I've stuck it on his drive, I've sawned it, and it saves us 30 quid to actually do the taxing on it. Just quickly, my dad's had his car in here, guys. How shocking is this? He's had it for 6 months, and he's just brought it to the garage to check the tyre pressures, the oil, and the screen wash. That's terrible, having a nice car like that, and he hasn't even flipping opened the bonnet in 6 months. Shocking. Just thought I would add that bit in there. So anyways, yeah, that's my plans. So obviously I'll have the new car, which I'll pick up when I get back from my holidays, not next week, but the week after. The ZX and the Jeep and the ML. So they're the ones I've got. But like I've said, I need the ML on the road to tow the caravan. So my plan is Jeep on his drive for the month of September, use the ZX and the new car, and obviously the ML, it'll get used for towing the caravan. We've got a trip mid-September in the caravan. Once we've done that, the caravan goes to storage, and that's the last one of the season. And then that way, it means on my drive, I've got space for 3 cars. So new car, Jeep, ML, ZX. That's all I've got there. I can fit all that. Basically, it'll be ML and ZX off the road on the drive, Jeep on the drive, and the new car I just park at opposite the house where you see us sometimes park the caravan, so it's manageable. Happy days. It's really helped us out, this guy letting us park the Jeep there. Plus I've saved 30 quid where I can sawn it and not pay the tax, and I'm going to slip that guy a few quid as a thank you, just for letting us park in front of his house. Great. So why I'm doing this like this today, it's what we've got in, I'll show you, which is nothing because I've sent that one away. But what I have got is the ZX. Like I've mentioned, I want to do them back suspension bushes, but I've decided against that because it's Thursday afternoon now. If anything goes wrong, I'm knackered for the car show on Saturday, so I think we'll leave that until I get back. It's fine the way it is, just the odd little clunk at the back now and again. So that's the ZX, where we're up to with that. Got the Accord, like I mentioned yesterday, that's sold. Absolutely fantastic guy. He just turned up at my door, drove it 2 minutes down the road, said, Dan, fantastic, I'll have it. He has £50 deposit and I'll transfer you the rest. And he had a few problems because I was meant to be dropping it off tonight at his house, and he was going to run us back, and he says, I can't run you back because I'm busy, he's got plans. I said, oh well, I'm finding it difficult. I said, because Friday tomorrow is my uncle's 70th, we're going out. Saturday I'm at the car show all day, and then I'll just switch this round. Then on Sunday, I need to start getting the caravan sorted to be away on Monday. So my dad says, oh, we'll just run it over. Happy days. The guy's been spot on with me. No problem whatsoever. I don't mind. I am going out my way a bit, but he's paid us in full. The logbook I put into his name, and I told him, I said, if you want us to drop it off mine, you're going to have to tax it, which he has, and he sent us the proof with the green slip I sent him a photograph of. Can't ask for better. Paid for the car in full, he's taxed it, paid what I wanted, and he's not hassled us whatsoever. So do you know what it is? When somebody's genuine with me, I'm genuine back. I'll drop the car now. We're going over to like Whitley Bay area, then North Shields. Just going to park it on his drive, put the keys through the letterbox. My dad's bringing us back. It's all that needs to be done. Great. One last thing. I've done a good deed of today. I've just been up to Cafe 31. Highly recommend that a guidepost. Really do recommend you go in there. Don't go to the butcher's next door where all the sandwiches and stuff are pre-made. Or if you ask for a bacon sandwich, there's a whole pile of pre-cooked, greasy stuff. Awful. The only thing is, don't go into the shop and just go, I want a bacon sandwich right now. You have to wait, because everything's cooked fresh, but it's worth the wait to get it fresh. Cafe 31, and the prices are brilliant. So highly recommend them, guys. But I've just been up there for 2 bacon butties, and as I was walking into that shop, I more or less tripped over a big mobile phone with a wallet on it. And I picked it up and I looked. It must have been about 200 quid's worth of cash. I didn't count it, but there was definitely more than £150 in there. So obviously I got my food, sat in the car, and there was a driving licence, a bank card, all that kind of stuff was in there. And I seen the guy's address and I thought, oh, well, if I couldn't get into the phone to ring them because I had a passcode on. So that makes it a bit unfortunate. But I did have his address in Blythe, and we were actually passing back through there when I've dropped this car. So I thought, well, if I cannot get the phone to work or somebody doesn't ring it, I said, I'll just post the phone through the letterbox with a note. And I was just thinking to myself, I was sitting in the car and I was just thinking to myself, I wonder how many people would have just took that cash and just chucked the phone in a hedge. Because no point in having a phone nowadays that tracked and worthless when they're reported stolen. And I was just sitting in the car for 2 minutes waiting, and yeah, this car pulls in, there's a guy looking here, looking there, went into the cafe, and I thought, oh. So I drove across. It was actually his wife, because he had gone into the cafe. I says, have you lost something? She says, yeah, my husband, he's lost the phone. I said, this phone, is it? Oh, she goes, yeah. I go, there you go. I says, I've just actually fell over it on the road. And he says, do you know that's been there for 2 hours? I says, crikey, 2 hours. I said, I hope I didn't run over it when I came in. There was a little crack on the screen. So there you go, good deed. And he went, oh, do you want some? I says, no, mate, I don't want no money. I says, I would just hope somebody did that to me. So if I couldn't have caught you, I said, I would have popped it through your door. He says, here's 20 quid. I insist. He says, you're taking it. So happy days. I've just been to the cafe for my dinner, and I've made myself £20. Good deed of the day. Nice to know. I hope that more people think like me, and if you did find something with money in, especially when that's, I mean, obviously, if you just found £20 on the floor, yeah, clearly, I'd stick that in my pocket as well. But when there's money in, like, a wallet/phone with the guy's address, all his bank cards, I think you've got to be a pretty low life to take the money and chuck the phone. Like, as much as it would be tempting if you needed the money, nah, come on, guys, we've got to pull together as a flipping nation and show some form of respect towards each other, especially when I seen the photograph was an old guy on there. Probably his pension money or something. So yeah. So the guy in the cafe, the owner, Paul, you give him a bollocking because he says, mate, he says, every time you come in here, because they go to the cafe every day, he says, you leave that phone all the time on the table, you're going to the toilet, you're going to your car. He says, you've learnt your lesson this time, keep it in your pocket. So yeah, good deed of the day done. Happy about that. So now I'm just waiting on my dad getting back, and we're going to drop the Accord off. It's been a manic week this week. I've never been sat down before 10 o'clock this week. So my aim is when we get back, unless there's a car come in, I want to get home the night and I want to be sat down, had a shower, had a shave, all sorted, and I want to be sat down no later than 8 o'clock having my tea. Seen my family. I haven't hardly even seen my daughter this week because she's been ill. So there we go anyways. I'll catch you on tomorrow's vlog, basically. I don't know how long this is going to have gone. Sorry for ranting on, but this is a vlog. It's not just about cars. It's about my life. It's a daily vlog. In a garage, this is what goes on. I'm dropping cars off. I'm finding things. I'm moving my fleet around, shuftying it about. Hope you find it interesting. If it's boring, just say, shut up, Dan. Keep to the car-related stuff. But I'll catch you tomorrow on Friday. Just a quick one. This is actually sort of Friday's vlog, but Thursday, another jobs came in. So we've got this Fiesta 68 plate, and it's only got 8,000 miles on the clock. First of all, this is the EcoBoost engine, which isn't a boost because it's, I'll show you underneath, it's a non-turbo 3-cylinder, which is the EcoBoost with no turbo. You can see the filters are buried up the back of the engine there. Be very careful on these because you need to use the proper filters on them. Don't be tempted to use like a generic kind of filter because they're known to have pressure problems. And always use the proper engine. Remember, these have got the wet belts. It's the 520, but it's not just so much that, it's all them Ford numbers there. They are very important. Like I've mentioned, you've got a rubber belt that runs in the oil inside the engine. That snaps or degrades because you're using the wrong oil. It might be the right 520, but it needs to be the right specs because it's got like some kind of an additive in to keep the belts correct. So that's that. As you can see, this thing's practically brand new. But I will say this has been doing a lot of town driving, and the oil was absolutely stinking. I don't know, is it still in there? No, it's been poured out, but that's what was in. It absolutely stinks like rich of petrol. It was really badly diluted with petrol. And again, the usual thing, 8,000 mile, like I've told you, 68 plate car. Have you seen the extent of the cracking in those tyres? Basically now, don't expect to get more than 3 years out of a premium tyre. Like I've mentioned, they're putting dye in them. Like rubber comes normally is a very off-colour black/brown, it's hard to explain, and they're putting all this dye into these branded Bridgestone tyres, and they don't last. They perish very, very badly, and you can't even blame the UV, because technically there cannot be much UV get inside of the treads. You would more expect it to be here. So just they really badly perish and dry out. So we're going to contact the customer and see. The main thing for MOTing on this, it's not too bad, but the customer, he uses this car to care for somebody, so they like everything to be kind of, you know, right. But there are some really bad deep cracks in there. But you know, so that's that I want to show you. So just bring it down. That's really all it's in for. Oil and filter, air filter, and MOT. It's basically, bar that, just a brand new car. I'm not really expecting to find anything wrong with it. Obviously all the LED lights on them, not the main headlights, but the DRLs, the daytime running lights. But there you go, that's basically your EcoBoost with the turbo, which is normally here, taken off. And there's your wet belt in there. You can't see it obviously. So yeah, not the most reliable, not the most best engine. Little rattle boxes. If it's what you want, fine, but not for me. Definitely not for me. But there we go. I just thought that in. I'm going to just run quickly through two things. I've mentioned to you, getting this absolute bargain. The Nocco, as you know, will have the booster pack, but this is just like a maintenance charger, which I often use for keeping that charged up in various cars I bring in. Absolute bargain, that is. Pleased we're getting that. And this stuff here, we've seen some very good reviews. Duck's back. They've got stickers all over it, like on the front, but it's like for reviving your headlamps. And there's no sandpaper, no faffing. It's just two little bottles of some kind of solvent. One to clean it, and one you put on afterwards, which I'm going to give a go the night on the ML and see what it's like. Plus the new car that I've getting, I'm not mentioning names because I'm not revealing it yet. I'm going to give it a go on that as well. So you've got like your headlight cleaner, and you've got your headlight, probably what they call that, clear. And a guy, you remember last week, that Lexus that was in, the hybrid one, the four-wheel drive, he did that and sent us photos, and I'm not joking you, the headlights were getting a bit cloudy. In the photograph he sent, you'd think it was a brand new headlight. I'm yet to see how permanent it is, because I can get headlights to look brand new by using some bumper gel and stuff. It does bring them up, but it doesn't last. But these kits aren't very expensive, so I'm going to try it on the ML tonight. I'll wait to Berwick all next week, so it's got to tow the caravan to Berwick, it's got to come back, it's on the coast, no doubt we'll get a few splashes of rain and God knows what. And I'll give you a genuine review of the product once we're back from Berwick on my first weekly vlog. So just keeping that one short, that's all we're doing on this. I'll show you, obviously, Ford have actually done a few good things with these new Fiestas. For example, to change the air filter, you don't even need any tools, just clip, air filter out. So happy days. Generally, apart from that, they're just easy, nice little easy engines to work on. For now, servicing them. Definitely not easy engines to work on when they start going wrong. They're a throwaway engine. When the head gaskets go on these, which I don't think they'll be too bad on the non-turbo version, because there's far less stress on the engine. So these are probably a lot more reliable but you're going back to an old-fashioned clattery 3-cylinder flat as a fart kind of engine. So that's the only thing. Like, yeah, you're getting a bit more reliability, but nowhere near the drivability. You are aware you're in a little, I think they're like 1 litre or something, 3-cylinder. You just know that from the minute you turn the key. So, in fact, we're just about to turn the key. Is the oil nearly in? Yeah. I'll just pause it, and I'll start it up, and I'll let you guys give your opinion of what they sound like. So here we go for the start up. My dad's having to get in because no doubt he'll probably have to press the clutch to start it. So you've got your variable valve timing, little solenoids on there. Just exactly the same as the EcoBoost. Tiny little manifold there. Right, we'll fire it up. It might be a little bit clattery because obviously it's filling the oil filter at its first start. There you go. And as you can see, it's all wobbly, clattery. Genuinely, that Volvo D5 we had in, a 5-cylinder diesel, it's quieter than that. I'm not saying that's loud, but direct injection, you see, direct injection petrols are actually very loud because they've got like a form of a diesel injector in them which makes the noise. So there we go. I don't know if you can actually see how much that's moving. Can you see that moving? I don't know if that picks that up on camera or if it's stabilising it. Don't half shake round. But it is the nature of a 3-cylinder engine. You'll never get rid of that because it's obviously an uneven stroke. You know, you've got 3 cylinders. So yeah, leaving that one there. That's all I've done. I've reset the service light. I've reset the tyre pressure monitoring. We're just taking it up now. Check round the filter and the sump for any leaks. Put the under tray back on. See if he wants the tyres done. That's it, happy days. So I'm just going to leave that there. Tomorrow I've got that little A1 in. It'll just be a quick blast with that, and I'll get my videos uploaded, and it'll have to be, again, part 1, part 2. My internet is back on. I'm finding part 1 and part 2 is a lot easier for processing over an hour long of vlogs. It's easier to do them as like 2 separate bits. So I'll catch you tomorrow, guys, on Friday's vlog. Hello and welcome back to Friday's vlog. Thankfully, it's Friday. This week seemed to have lasted forever. We've never stopped. So I just wanted to show you what I've got in now, which has really sickened my day. It's only sort of a half day today. Like I mentioned, it's my uncle's 70th later on in the afternoon, and got a dentist appointment just for a checkup. So not a good afternoon really to be looking forward to, but we need to get this job out. The other one was done yesterday, as you seen, was the Fiesta, which is round the corner. That's MOT'd, serviced and finished, which was meant to be in for today, but we worked late last night and got that done. So I've got this in, this Audi A1, which you seen, I think, last Friday. It was in for its MOT and we spotted a few things. It needed brake pads done. They were getting low, so it's got the nice new Padgett. Brake pads done, discs are fine, they're no need to change them. So they're done. And I'm on to this, really sickened me, this has. So obviously, standard kind of service, 3-cylinder, I believe, a turbocharged, I think, yeah, some kind of TSI thing. And I'm like, yeah, well, right then, oil and filter change, air filter and spark plugs. No problem. Had a look here. There's obviously a 3-cylinder buried by this intake pipe. I thought, we'll have a look at the air filter then. So here's the air filter. Normally there's some screws here. Yeah, you would expect to find the screws. Oh no, we've decided now to put the screws in upside down at the bottom. So every time you need to change the air filter, you've got to take the whole air box off, turn it upside down, faff on with that screwing all over the floor. Not like you would put on carpet, but you know what I mean? Try to balance this by taking everything out from the bottom. Can anybody explain to me why they would not have just put the screw heads there? Why they've made them underneath? That just boggles my mind, that does. And then with this as well, this pathetic little pipe that has to come over like this so it covers the plug. So that's fair enough, but I've had to take this off from here. It's clipped in down here. There's a plug on here. There's this evaporating system I've had to disconnect. Another pipe off down there. There's another pipe off down there. And again, it's some kind of really crappy plastic cheap. And when you do bend that, it doesn't fill us with confidence that it's not going to snap. And hopefully that should pull off. But even so, I've noticed there's more governors underneath there. And then I've noticed that you can't get, as the clip's down here, and you can't get to them from underneath because it's obviously on top of the exhaust. So, just a total shit job for no reason. For example, people here, I just want to run through something. It's very annoying, the fact that this exists. See this big area here where you could have an air filter, yeah? That's where the air filter was always on these. This is based on the Polo, the Ibiza, the Fabia, obviously the A1. Now, more of an insult to injury. See these little pegs? Them? They are where the air filter box should be. So not only have they decided to be totally unnecessarily awkward and ram an air filter box for no reason on top of an engine, that, you know, normally you would say, well, they could put something down there, but there would have to be a lot of design go into it. All of the points are there. There's no reason why they couldn't have just left it, like most of these are, with the airbox here, which would mean you could get to the plugs, which would mean this idea wouldn't exist. And even this pipe, they could have redesigned it to run across, so you wouldn't even, so now to change spark plugs, you don't have to do that. So yeah, just why I absolutely hate new cars. I really, really do hate them. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that I just often wonder to myself. Somebody has purposely designed that in the factory to be awkward. There's no reason the screws need to be at the bottom. There's no reason you should have to remove a whole airbox just to replace an air filter when the holes could be at the top. Just to lift the top off, change the filters. So yeah, anyways, I'll come back to you once I've got it stripped down and show you the very expensive spark plugs. I think they're somewhere in the region of about, not far off £20 each as well. You don't change them all the time, but this one's done the miles to require needing change. So I'm going to get on now and start stripping this down. Right, so as you can see, that's everything off. With obviously the air filter's been done, but it's been a complete nightmare. There's been pipes connected to everything. Hose clips down here. I've had to take the seals off, like you say. It's just madness. And bearing in mind, apart from this pipe, you've got to do all that every time just to change an air filter. It's madness. And the plugs themselves as well, well, one of them was tight, but it's these, you see, direct injection petrels. You've got all these copper seals on them. Really expensive, those. Laser platinums. I'm surprised they're not iridiums, actually. So yeah, just thought I'd show you a quick update. So that's the air filter in place. We'll get this pipe back into place. It's just been a complete farce. Well, I just say there's no real reason for it, is there, when you look at it? The plugs could have been made accessible. That pipe could have been relocated just for the air filter, the screws in the top. So yeah, just think twice when you're buying new cars, because this all comes down to the cost to you. Once you're out of the rip-off service plans, it's all extra cost on your servicing. And, you know, add them up across the lifetime of having a car, the time you have it, it's considerable money, you know. You seen that one yesterday, the Fiesta outside, 2 little clips, the air filter's out. And all that comes down to your price of your servicing, you know, the labour cost. So I'll leave this here, I'll get this built up, and I'll get back to you once it's done. Right, that's it built back up. Just going to put the oil in. I just actually want to show you the oil. It's green. It doesn't look green in there, but it's the proper Quantum 020. Always make sure to use this, the 508, 509. So that's it in. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a headache, this one. Both me and my dad agree. It's just totally unnecessarily awkward. So I would definitely say don't buy one of these, just purely on how we run them like this, how you work on them. And again, they need all this special oil. This special oil isn't because they're super duper high performance or they're anything great. It's because they're rubbish. As simple as that. And they do burn oil very badly, and you have serious problems. Obviously this is new, but when they get a bit older, honestly they have serious internal engine issues. And I've heard that the timing belts on these ones, the 3-cylinder ones, are a nightmare as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. But obviously we're going to get the oil in, under tray back on, and that's it. That's all done. I'm just going to leave that here. I will just quickly show you getting the Citroen ready, the ZX ready for the show on Saturday, tomorrow. So I'm just giving it a quick once over, clean the windows and that, and hopefully, like I've mentioned to you, when I take it back home this afternoon, those builders aren't on cutting, because I will be pissed off if I come back. I've just cleaned it and it gets covered in dust. Not that they care less. So I'll leave it there. Obviously, once I get to a Friday, I forgot what's going on the rest of the week. Obviously, that's That's sorted, ready to go back this afternoon. So I'm going to get this job done, get back home. I'm going to have a quick shower, get sorted, go to the dentist, and then we're at my uncle's 70th. So happy days. No, bit of a nice quick one today, half day. Hope you've enjoyed it this week. Sorry if I've rambled on about anything, about like obviously the car issues I've had, but that's sold and finished with now. But at the end of the day, guys, let us know what you want to see. I think it would get a bit boring if it was constantly like, right, this car in, brake pads, right, this car in, that. I think it's like the gist. I show you a brief walk around of what's in, before it's done, after it's done. At the end of the day, it's a bit of a light entertainment. It's a bit of, I'm letting you know what my kind of, this is a car at Garage Northeast. It's not just everything in the garage. It is me weekly vlog, but what I'm trying to do is put everything into one, if you've noticed. So rather than doing too many separate videos, i.e. One for the ZX, one for the Jeep, one for the ML, one for this, one for that, then me weekly vlogs, it gets too much. So I'm trying to just split it all up and put it all into one in the weekly vlog. So I'll do a few jobs on the ZX, put that in, let you know I'm getting the new project, when I'm getting it, what it could or may be, if I've sold anything, if anything's for sale. I try to put it all in one, and it's, I don't know, I find it easier to do it like that. So let us know if that's what you want to hear. Like I say, I'll let you know what I've been up to, like obviously if I've sold a car, what's happened with the Accord, all the rest of it, issues I'm having at home, like I've said with these builders. Up to now, the guys ain't been bad actually, but it's today and tomorrow they're doing the edging where they're going to be cutting. So yeah, obviously I'll be at the car show tomorrow. This second half of it won't be probably out until tomorrow, so it'll be too late. But I have mentioned this on the first part, which will be uploaded tonight. So please, if you have enjoyed this, guys, hit the like. If there's anything you want to say, as always, I'm sorry I am a bit delayed of getting back to you, but as you know, things have been quite manic at the moment. I'll always get back to everybody, and if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on next week's vlog. Bye.